Hello, and welcome to my channel. If you are watching this, you have probably wondered who I am exactly. Of course, you would be foolish to believe that I actually might tell you so easily. My identity is no great secret, but you will have to do detective work on your own if you are really that interested. Those are the rules. I want to emphasize that I romanticize an internet that I remember 20 years ago, which was free from identity politics, at least off the bat. This was a time when mailing lists and then bulletin boards ruled the world. For a while, most didn't have any images. No videos, no GIFs, not even an avatar by your name. Back then, you were only as good as your text, so you had to think well, and learn some grammar. Only after a substantial period of getting to know somebody online was it usually cool to talk about what kind of person you were in real life. The acronym IRL had an entirely different meaning when all you knew about somebody was a screen name or email address. In some ways it was grislier then, but in some ways it was equalizing. A sharp 16-year-old in a dangerous neighborhood could match wits with a 30-something-year-old tech worker, and neither would have any idea who they were talking to until after the conversation. These days, every time somebody pisses us off, we can resort to spying on them, if we try. I do not wish for this world back entirely, but when it comes to talking about social justice, or whatever we call it, I think there is definitely a need for discussions of a more anonymous nature. In conversations about identity politics, it seems almost impossible for people to separate ideas from the speaker, but such discussions are not fruitful because absolutely every individual on Earth is therefore seen as inherently biased. While it is true that people are, in fact, inherently biased, I believe it is better to suspend our disbelief and treat each other as faceless and impartial individuals that happen to have opinions when we are entering into these conversations. That way, we can decide for ourselves if we agree with somebody's ideas, without judging their ideas around their identity. There will be a particular emphasis on gender issues on this channel, but it could go in any direction. No, I am not a straight white upper middle class male, the way you would probably assume. No, I am not a hacker. You see, breaking the law on the internet is a very risky endeavor that takes a lot of time and energy, and a certain type of brain. I am not confident that I could both learn the skills required to be an effective hacker, know what was worthwhile to hack, and keep myself out of legal trouble. I figured that using social media is a much safer route, and it can obviously be very effective. Some people might call this behavior sociopolitical hacking, and I would not be ashamed if people called me a sociopolitical hacker. It is the practice of both observing politics and how they influence culture and social circles, but then infiltrating and influencing these social circles and culture over the internet. This is not something that was possible until the last 15 years or so. While a number of people do it, most of them don't talk about it openly, nor have given it a name. That all said, I hope you enjoy my words.